Everybody seems to overcomplicate getting an anime physique. There's so much information out there that you end up wasting time doing hundreds of different exercises and following some 20-step low-fat, low-gluten, low-sugar, low-carb, low-IQ recipe. But after working with thousands of anime nerds and unlocking my own anime physique with zero weights, I've discovered that looking aesthetic is monkey brain simple. All you need is 8 exercises and 3 meals, and I'll show you exactly what these are in this video. Now, the most important part of an anime physique is probably what separates the men from the boys, and that's an aesthetic V-taper. It's what Toji has, it's what Garo has, it's what Sung Ji-woo has, and it's what you want. Now, a V-taper is created when you have wide shoulders and a little waist, aka the shoulder to waist ratio. Naturally, this comes from developing your lat muscles, which creates that gradual taper from your shoulders to your waist, and that automatically makes your shoulders appear far wider than they actually are, which is why the first exercise in this video has to be the pull-up. The pull-up is the champion of lat activation and does a pretty good job at targeting the biceps as well. Since you're doing a vertical pulling motion, the lats get omega activated because the muscle fibers line perfectly with the motion that you're using. Plus, you can add weight to this exercise if you want to, making it infinitely scaling for gains. But if you want to get the most out of your pull-ups, to get maximum V-taper goodness, just make sure you imagine your elbows driving down into the floor and into your waist while trying to squeeze a peanut in between your shoulder blades. And even more importantly, focus on controlling the negative all the way down. You don't want to be slamming onto your joints. Control that negative, or I will find you. While pull-ups are working the lats and the biceps, there are some aspects of the back aesthetic that we're still missing. For one, an anime physique is not just about a wide back. It's also about the demon back. Take a look at Baki or Yujiro. The strongest creatures on the planet have these monstrous looking back muscles. Not to mention their biceps are massive. If we want to target our demon back muscles and grow our biceps even more, then we need to do this next exercise, which is supinated inverted rows. Inverted rows are going to be targeting the rhomboids, the teres major, the traps, the rear delts, and all of the other muscles that make up that demon face. Not to mention helping us give that back thickness, which will help with that anime aesthetic look. And why is supinated grip, you may ask? Guy behind the screen? Because twisting our hands outwards while performing the rep will put even more emphasis on our biceps than a regular pull-up will, helping us to get some massive arms and unlock our own Baki demon back. Now, I know most of you probably want to look like Garo instead of Baki, somebody with massive muscle definition, huge amounts of aura, and some defined chiseled shoulders. And if we're chasing that look, we need to target the side delts, because growing these means a better V-taper and much better aesthetics. I mean, take a look at these gorgeous men. Look at what they have in common. It's big shoulders that have that distinct line, that shoulder line. It's gorgeous. I spend hours looking at these men. And the number one body weight to hit this muscle is pike push-ups. Pike push-ups fall into the category of overhead pressing, which is one of the best movements you can do for developing your side delts. And as a bonus, they're also targeting the front delt as well, so double whammy. Oh, triple whammy. They're also targeting your triceps. So we're covering 3 muscle groups at once. But I've noticed that a lot of people tend to do pike push-ups with pretty bad form, and they take away their shoulder gains. So if you want big shoulders, listen up. First, get into the pike position with your arms overhead, pushing away from the ground. Then lower yourself down while bringing yourself slightly forward so that all of that load and force is directed to your shoulders. Then push yourself back up, pressing your hands overhead back in the pike position again. As you start to get stronger, you can elevate your feet more and more to make it more difficult and get yourself some better gains. Now we cover the lats, the upper back, biceps, triceps, shoulders, but one of the muscles that guys really want to grow and what makes the male physique so aesthetic is the chest. Whether you want to look like Baki or Maharaga for some reason. To get a fully aesthetic chest, you need to target the upper and middle chest in particular. That's what creates that shelf look. Now, normally you would think you would need 2 exercises to do this, but in fact, you can actually target both parts of the chest with this one exercise, decline deficit push-ups. Reason being is that these have far more range of motion than the regular push-up, and adding the extra stretch takes it to a whole new level in terms of both difficulty and growth. And the decline not only targets the upper chest, but it's actually been shown that it has roughly the same amount of stimulus for the middle chest. So look at that, another double whammy. You get good middle chest growth, great upper chest growth, you're still targeting the front delts, and you're even targeting the triceps once again. It's a quadruple whammy. But the most chest growth for me didn't come from decline deficit push-ups. It actually came from this next exercise. One of the best ways to grow your chest is just to lift heavier. And of course, to get a full chest, we need to target the lower chest, which is why dips are also on this list. This movement, because you're pushing downwards, is much more lower chest dominant, but just like the decline push-ups, it has been shown to target that middle chest just as well as a regular push-up. And I would argue it targets them even better because you're pushing your entire body weight rather than a push-up where your feet are on the floor, which causes you to only push like 60% of it. As long as you have enough forward lean in your body, it's as if you're doing a push-up with your feet not on the floor. And similarly to the last exercise, you get a nice stretch on the pecs, aka more growth, and these are great for tricep stimulation as well. It's a lot of whammies on the triceps. But of course, fellas, as much as I'd love to stop here, we have a serious problem. Some of you guys are running around with Minecraft skeleton legs because you have no clue how to grow them with calisthenics. To get aesthetic legs that look pretty good, you need to be targeting two particular muscle groups, your quad muscles and that ass, which is why pistol squats are going to be the next best choice to target both of those. Not only are these great for leg development, they're going to be training your balance and coordination as well, meaning pistol squat mastery is bodyweight mastery, and you're becoming a better overall athlete. Trust me, once you can hit 10 of these bad boys, your legs are going to look like some beefcakes, and then everybody's going to know that you're not just caked up. You got a whole bakery back there. But the quads aren't the only parts of the leg that we need to work if we want aesthetic looking legs. So we need to flip it around and see how we can target the hamstrings as well. Now, hamstrings are one of the hardest things to focus on when it comes to calisthenics. But I've come up with a solution to that, and that is hip hinges. Put your feet under something heavy like a couch, a bed, or your mom. Just kidding. Then bend yourself forward at the hip. This will put immediate tension on your hamstrings and even your glutes. Then spring back up, kind of like you're doing a deadlift. It looks very simple, but I promise you it is super effective. Being able to do 10, you are going to really feel it in your hamstrings. You might not even feel your hamstrings afterwards. But how can an anime physique be an anime physique if our waist looks like Majin Buu's and we don't have a six-pack? Now, generally, I don't think most people need to target their abs when they do calisthenics training because a lot of it uses core stability anyway. But if we want to enhance our aesthetics, look even better, developing a six-pack, and perform better in our other exercises by building better core strength, then training abs, while optional, is pretty important to do. But Kevin, we only have one exercise left. How are we going to do everything? Don't worry, because there is one exercise that can target all parts of the abs while working on stability, while making your waist smaller, and while getting you a six-pack. And that is the beloved, oh the beloved, my beloved, the dragonfly. This exercise is known as an anti-extension exercise, meaning that you resist bending backwards at your lower back. This helps you train the deep ab muscles that actually function to shrink your waist as they get stronger and help you get a narrower waist. Plus, it's going to target your lower abs because you're supporting your legs, and it's going to target your upper abs because you're supporting almost your whole body. Just holding these for 10 seconds or even doing like 8 or 10 raises, it's going to seriously work your abs that you're not even going to want to do another exercise. Now, some of you may have seen this exercise list and think, wow, that's great, Kev. I can't do any of these. That's okay, because I built you guys a free app that can get you any regression for any exercise you give it so that you can start training no matter what strength level you're at. Plus, if you don't have any equipment, the app also allows you to put in any exercise and give you at-home, no equipment substitutes with form tips and how to perform them safely. All you need to do to get it is just click the link in the description. Again, it's free, so you're welcome. But no matter how long you can hold a dragon flag, you are never going to get a six-pack if you eat like Pig God. God, look at that guy. So I'm going to show you the only 3 meals that you will ever need to start getting shredded and building your anime physique. The general basis for all of my meals, which is literally how I eat, is protein to build the muscle, fat for the hormones, carbs for the fuel, and that's it. As long as I fulfill all of these and trying to get my essential micronutrients to fulfill my other health needs. I honestly don't need anything else. And one of the meals that I eat pretty much every day is this: some slab of beef with some fermented food like kimchi, some eggs, whether boiled or fried, fruit on the side, and if I feel like it, some raw cheese. The beef, this is a given. It's high in protein and contains many essential micronutrients, plus healthy fat to regulate the hormones and good cholesterol for building testosterone. My current favorite right now is picanha because it's pretty cheap as far as steaks go, and it's very easy to cook, just right up in a pan and it's good to go. You can honestly go with any protein, but beef in particular is really good because cows have 4 stomachs. So unlike pigs and chickens, which have only 1 stomach, beef can be a lot cleaner of a meat because cows, lamb, bison, and other ruminant animals can pretty much digest anything that they can put in their mouths because they got 4 stomachs to do it. If I had 4 stomachs, I could eat my table. I could eat you. That said though, while most beef is pretty good, you should aim to get grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Personally, I think it tastes better. And more importantly, cows that eat grass, which is their natural diet, tend to be a lot better for you than cows that have been eating grain, soy, or whatever else. Eggs are going to be in the same boat. Eggs packed with nutrients like vitamin D, choline, plenty of protein, good fats, good cholesterol. And again, they're relatively easy to cook and affordable. For these, aim to go for pasture-raised eggs. The chickens have a lot more space, so it's a little more humane, and their diet is a little more natural. They're just like pecking at the ground, eating insects like how they're supposed to. Remember, a healthier chicken means a healthier you. Fruit is going to be a no-brainer. You've got some good fiber, got carbs for training like calisthenics or martial arts, and some other good vitamins as well like vitamin C. Ideally, you do want to aim for organic just to avoid those pesticides and whatever else you could be eating. But if you can't afford organic or you don't have access to it, then wash your fruit very well with baking soda. That's going to take off most of the pesticides and you should be okay. The kimchi is an interesting choice for me. One thing that you should not neglect when it comes to diet and health is your gut microbiome. And eating fermented foods like kimchi can support a healthy gut. Personally, I think it's delicious, but if you don't like kimchi, things like sauerkraut, pickles, natto, whatever fermented food you can get access to, it's going to be great for your gut health. Plus, these are probably the only vegetables that I'll ever eat. Personally, I think vegetables are quite useless and overrated. But Kevin, they help you grow big and strong. Nope, you don't need them. Nope. Oh yes, and the raw cheese. The reason I like raw cheese as opposed to pasteurized cheeses is one, I think tastes better. Second, raw cheese has better nutrient profile, and it tends to do better for people who have a problem digesting dairy. Not me. I'm not that weak. The protein and calories for the first meal comes to about 70 grams of protein to 1,000 to 1,100 calories. And I pretty much eat this every day to stay jacked and stay shredded. Now, the second meal that I love to have either as a snack or breakfast is this, and it's a lot simpler. Take some thick Greek yogurt, slap it in a bowl. Take some grass-fed beef protein powder, slap it in a bowl. Take some frozen berries, slap it in a bowl. And take some raw honey, slap it in the bowl. Then you have a yogurt bowl. Now, I like raw honey because, again, taste. It tastes good to me. But raw honey is known to be better nutritionally and increases testosterone. And who doesn't want more testosterone? I also try to go local with my honey, support your beekeepers out there. The berries, of course, they add to the taste. They provide some fiber, some good antioxidants, and of course, the carbohydrates that you need. Fresh berries would be awesome. They would be ideal, but there's nothing wrong with frozen fruit right on top of your pretty little yogurt. Protein powder, I am a lot more picky about. If your protein powder does not list amino acids on the label, do not buy it. Second, make sure to do some background checks on your protein powder. A lot of them tend to get cut with nitrogen, which artificially increases the protein content without actually increasing the protein content. And some of them have traces of heavy metals, which you should be careful of. The yogurt, I go Greek. It's high in protein, it's lean, not much fat, not many calories, and it tastes pretty good. In total, this gets me about 50 grams of protein for about 360 calories. The third meal that you need to include in your diet is one that I think anybody can enjoy, except you vegans out there. I cannot help you. This meal, one of my favorites, and it's one of the easiest to make in the world because it uses a magical golden substance called ground beef. Yes, sir. It's just ground beef, avocado, and a sweet potato, another vegetable that I eat. Probably one of the only ones. besides the fermented ones. Just fry the ground beef in a pan, boil your potatoes, mash them up, mix them with a little coconut oil, tastes really good, and then peel an avocado and slap that on the plate. The ground beef is awesome because it's cheap and easy to prep. Again, grass-fed is the best. Sweet potato, ton of micronutrients, plenty of fiber, and some very good carbs to fuel the workout. And avocados are full of healthy fats, plus they're a fruit. Fun fact. This meal, which is on a heavier side, is around 1,200 calories and 52 grams of protein. Really great for bulk if that's what you're going for. Now, while not technically meals, I do like to supplement as well. There are some supplements that I recommend you guys take alongside your 3 meals to 10x your gain. First is Element. I take them every morning and every workout, and it boosts my energy and mood. They're not sponsoring this video, by the way. Second is creatine. It helps with muscle growth and strength growth, and I take 10 grams per day because it also helps with the cognitive function as well. I like to be a little smarty pants. And I take some grass-fed beef liver pills. Beef liver, ton of micronutrients, and I don't really enjoy eating it, but I don't mind taking it in pill form. Now, what's more important than the food I'm eating is the quality of the food I'm eating. Now, generally, I gave you a guideline on what you should aim for, but really, you should just get the highest quality that you can afford. If you can get organic, that's great. If you can get grass-fed, even better. Pasture-raised eggs, like friggin' good. But if you can't, that's fine. The main takeaway is that you invest as much as you can in your food because you are what you eat. And if what you eat is trash, you're gonna look like trash. You may have also noticed my meals are stupidly simple. I'm not trying to go gourmet hunter on my kitchen. I'm here for food that works and tastes good to me. I think a lot of people tend to overcomplicate nutrition because they're trying so hard to make things that look so appetizing and appealing to impress other people. But just because you have the meals, just because you have the list of exercises, doesn't mean that you're going to get an anime physique if you hate working out and you're glued to your desk playing video games. So check out this video right here if you want to learn how to make working out and getting shredded as addicting as your favorite video game.